Isaac Newton, the man who redefined reality. We know him as a scientific genius, the father of modern physics, but what we don't know is everything else. A man obsessed with secrecy, a reclusive alchemist, an intellectual giant who may have died a virgin. Behind the apple and the equations was a deeply complicated human being, brilliant, paranoid, haunted by demons he never named. This is not the story from your textbook. This is the real Isaac Newton, the one they tried to hide. He was born on Christmas Day, 1642, the same year Galileo died. But Newton wasn't born into greatness. He was born premature, weak, and unlikely to survive. And then, before he turned 3, his mother left him. She remarried and abandoned Isaac to be raised by his grandparents. That wound never healed. Newton wrote later in life that he had once threatened to burn them and the house over them. The boy who felt abandoned by love would grow into a man who avoided it altogether. He learned to depend on no one, to trust no one, to seek comfort in numbers, not people. As a student at Cambridge, Newton was different. Withdrawn, intense, obsessive, he skipped lectures, shunned society, and instead he read, studied, experimented, alone. When the Great Plague shut down the university, Newton returned home for nearly 2 years. In isolation, he entered his annus mirabilis, his year of wonders. He laid the foundations for calculus, formulated the laws of motion, began his theory of universal gravitation, all before his 25th birthday. But he didn't tell the world. He hid it. Fearful, paranoid, perfectionist. The world would wait, because Newton feared criticism more than obscurity. When Newton finally did publish, he made enemies. The most bitter of all, Robert Hooke. Newton is remembered for science, but in truth, he wrote more about alchemy and theology than physics. He believed the universe hid secrets in metals, stars, and scripture. By candlelight, he chased immortality through forbidden texts. He tried to turn lead into gold. He decoded the Book of Revelation, convinced he could calculate the end of the world, estimating it to come after 2060. His obsession was so deep, many now believe he suffered from mercury poisoning, slowly damaging his mind. But he hid this side of himself, because in his time, alchemy bordered on heresy and madness. Newton is remembered for science, but in truth, he wrote more about alchemy and theology than physics. He believed the universe hid secrets in metals, stars, and scripture. By candlelight, he chased immortality through forbidden texts. He tried to turn lead into gold. He decoded the Book of Revelation, convinced he could calculate the end of the world, estimating it to come after 2060. His obsession was so deep, many now believe he suffered from mercury poisoning, slowly damaging his mind. But he hid this side of himself, because in his time, alchemy bordered on heresy and madness. In 1693, something broke. Newton suffered a mysterious mental collapse. He stopped eating, slept poorly, wrote frantic letters accusing friends of betrayal. He believed he was being followed, poisoned, watched. Historians now suspect a nervous breakdown, worsened by years of chemical exposure, stress, and relentless isolation. After this, Newton never published another major scientific discovery. His golden age was over. The man who once unlocked the heavens was now withdrawing from the world he'd illuminated. Isaac Newton never married. He left no evidence of romantic partners, and many believe he died a virgin. His only close companion was his half-niece, Catherine Barton, who lived with him and managed his affairs. But there was no sign of passion, only trust. Why? Was he asexual, repressed, secretly closeted, or simply indifferent? Newton once wrote, "I never knew a love that did not cost me pain." Perhaps emotion was too unstable, too human, too wild for a man devoted to precision. He chose solitude and gave himself fully to thought. Isaac Newton changed the world, but never truly belonged to it. He redefined motion, light, gravity, but struggled to navigate his own mind. He lived for knowledge, died with secrets, and left behind a legacy too big to measure. A man of silence, a master of the cosmos, and perhaps the loneliest genius who ever lived. This was Isaac Newton, not the myth, but the man